All right, let's grab our metaphorical magnifying glasses and dive right into this explainer. I am so thrilled you're here. Today, we're officially stepping into the role of word detectives. We're going on a mission to uncover the hidden values tucked away inside literature, specifically looking at the beloved classic, The Little Prince. We're going to see exactly how a writer encodes deep, profound meaning into the very fabric of their sentences. And trust me, by the end of this, you'll be reading between the lines like an absolute pro.
So think about this for a second. It's a central mystery, really, and a question that every great reader eventually asks. How do authors show what is truly important to them or to their characters without just coming out and saying it? I mean, they don't just hand you a bulleted list of their core beliefs, right? Instead, they hide clues right in plain sight using their specific word choices. Basically, they leave a trail of breadcrumbs for us to follow.
Well, let's dive into this, because this trail of breadcrumbs actually has an official name: linguistic context. Put simply, linguistic context is the collection of clues hidden in the actual word choices an author makes. By zooming in on these specific words, we can reveal the deeper individual or communal values running through the entire story. It's basically our main investigative tool for this explainer.
To solve this mystery, here's our detective's checklist for today. 1. The word detective's mission. 2. Deictics, or finger-pointing words. 3. Cotext, which are our clue neighbors. 4. Collocations, our word best friends. And 5. Unlocking the Little Prince.
Section 1. The word detective's mission. Preparing to read between the lines. We are heading into the vast, sandy dunes of the Sahara Desert, alongside a stranded aviator and a mysterious little boy from a distant asteroid, to crack the code on how language reveals what they truly value in the universe.
Section 2. Deictics, finger-pointing words, pointing to the truth. Now, don't worry if that vocabulary sounds a little formal at first. We're going to do a quick flight check to make it incredibly easy.
A deictic, pronounced deictic, by the way, is literally a finger-pointing word. These are words that physically point to a speaker, a place, or a situation. You actually cannot understand what they mean unless you know who is talking, where they're standing, or when they're speaking. Think of words like here, there, our, or now. They completely orient us in the world of the story. Let's test this tool out with a quote straight from The Little Prince. As the prince travels through space, meeting these grandiose kings and greedy businessmen on various asteroids, the text tells us that he traveled until he came to our little planet Earth. I want you to focus on that one pointing word, our. See, the crucial takeaway here is that our doesn't just describe a location. It physically points to a shared home. By using our, the narrator is reaching right out of the page and connecting with us, the readers. It levels the playing field, reminding us that no matter who we are, we all share this giant rock spinning in space. It reveals a clear communal value. We're all in this human experience together.
Okay, let's look at another example, this time focusing on a word that points to a specific situation in time. When the prince abandons his beautiful, kind of demanding rose on his home planet, the text tells us, only now, too late, the little prince realized that his rose had indeed loved him. Let's zero in on the word now.
It's amazing, right? This brilliantly illustrates how a simple word can carry massive emotional weight. Now points straight to a situation of deep, heartbreaking regret. It highlights the prince's individual realization of love, a value he only truly recognizes when he's physically far away and completely alone. It reveals an individual value. He has finally learned what matters to his own heart, but only through the pain of distance.
Moving right along to Section 3, Cotext. Clue neighbors. Looking at the neighborhood. Because when we read between the lines, the neighborhood a word lives in is just as important as the word itself.
You know when you come across a word and you aren't quite sure what it means, or what the author's attitude is toward it? Well, you just check its neighbors. Cotext refers to the surrounding words in a sentence. These neighbors provide the necessary context to help us understand not just a word's dictionary definition, but the values and judgments hiding right behind it.
Here's a perfect example from the beginning of the story. The narrator, who is a pilot, talks about how when he was a kid, he drew a picture of a boa constrictor digesting an elephant. But the grown-ups, they just saw a lumpy hat. They told him to stop drawing and instead learn more useful things like arithmetic, linguistics, and science.
So let's look at the neighborhood surrounding the word linguistics, the study of language. Its clue neighbors in this sentence are arithmetic, science, and the phrase useful things. In this context, linguistics isn't being framed as the beautiful art of storytelling or poetry. Not at all. It's being completely boxed in by highly rigid, technical, and dry subjects.
And boom! Through those clue neighbors, an adult value is clearly revealed. The grown-up world in this book lumps language into a category of cold, hard facts. They value utility, quantities, and logic way more than imagination, deep feeling, and art. The co-text shows us exactly how suffocating the adult mindset can be.
Section 4. Collocations. Word best friends. Words that belong together. This is the final linguistic tool on our detective checklist. Basically, a collocation is just a pair or group of words that naturally go together in a language. Think of them like salt and pepper or peanut butter and jelly. They just sound right to our ears when they're paired up. And when authors use them, they tap into our deep subconscious understanding of how the world works. Let's check out one of the most famous encounters in the book. The little prince meets a fox out in the desert. The fox explains that in order to be true friends, the prince must tame him. The fox says, to tame means to make a connection. Taming someone takes time. Now, what's really fascinating about this is how we naturally pair these specific words together. In English, we automatically say make a connection. I mean, we don't say do a connection or construct a connection, right? And the fox says it takes time. We don't say it grabs time or demands time. These natural pairings, these word best friends, are specifically verbs of effort and process.
When you look closely at those specific word combinations, a profoundly beautiful communal value is revealed. True friendship doesn't just happen by magic. It requires active effort, care, and immense patience. You have to make it, and it takes from you. Building meaning with another person is an active, communal process that you have to consciously choose to participate in.
Section 5. Unlocking the Little Prince. The detective's summary. Let's pull all our clues from the desert together into a rapid-fire review to see how everything synthesizes.
Let's move to this matrix and see how it builds our ultimate toolkit. First, Deictics, those finger-pointing words like our and now. They physically located us in a communal home and pointed directly to the painful individual realization of love. Next, cotext, those clue neighbors, showed us exactly how the adult world values sterile, rigid utility over beautiful art. And finally, collocations, our word best friends, prove that true essential friendship takes deliberate patience and effort. By just looking at the mechanics of the words, the entire philosophy of the book is cracked wide open.
Which leaves us with this final, provocative thought. You officially possess the Word Detective's toolkit. Whether you're reading a classic novel, a news article, or literally just a text message, the clues are always there. So here's my challenge to you. What pointing words, clue neighbors, and word best friends will you find in your next reading assignment? And more importantly, what hidden values will they reveal to you? Keep your eyes open and absolutely never stop looking beneath the surface. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer.